Hello, darkness, my old pal. Represent silence, apparently you do. Yet louder than ever, I lose myself in you. In 1964, Paul Simon and Art Garfunkel introduced us to the sound of silence. Silence does surely represent unsound. It is that hush of nothing, darkness, aloneness. Yet when you think about it, the essence of silence is deafening. Before long it consumes you, because although silence may exist out there in the ether of the world around you, does true silence exist when the rumble of within never takes a second to stop? I sense that is the sound of silence those renegade folksters spoke about all those years ago. And in the years that have passed since, the sound of silence has not only grown louder, its white noise distortion has become harder for us to handle. And that's a problem, because in today's hustle-centered world that connects us more than ever, the only way for us to remain in control is to learn how to silence the silence so we can hear what we need to. Okay, so what exactly am I talking about? I'm Turned Up, by the way, and this is the No Hustle, the place to turn to when you need to escape a hustle. And that, my friend, is what I'm talking about here. The hustle. This busy, noisy, in-your-face world, this relentless way of life, this overwhelming existence of, well, this, and this, and this, and this. It's a lot, as I'm sure you agree, and it has changed how we live our lives in a truly fundamental way. There's no going back either. The box is open and there's no closing it. We live in a fast-paced world and it ain't going to slow down for us. All we can do is slow down our world. Give ourselves the time to stop, reflect, breathe. We need to embrace silence and find solace in it. Yet our relationship with it is more complicated than ever, and as we'll explore in this video, it's more nuanced than you can imagine. But there is hope, and beyond this hope is growth, which is important to focus on, because although this fast-paced world taketh, it also giveth. And that giveth of a gift comes in the form of 5 very important questions you can ask yourself. And when you ask these, my oh my, do the clouds begin to part. But before we get to those all-important questions, we need your help, because the message inside this video is important, as you'll soon see. But as you will also see, it faces an uphill battle to be seen, because this world is batshit crazy, my friend. So busy and chaotic, and here on this platform, I mean, it's a representation of the insanity. So many videos, so many channels, so much choice. And although we at the No Hustle can choose to create the right message, we cannot choose who gets to see it. That lies in the hands of the almighty algorithm. That's where you and your help come in. Because if you like this video, subscribe to this video and comment below, you tell the godlike algorithm that more folk like you should see it. So do that now. Pay it forward. And let's all be legends. Welcome back, and thanks for doing that, you little legend you. You've earned access to the juicy insides of this video, so get your figurative bib at the ready, because otherwise you'll get all messy and need to change your shirt. The focus, of course, in today's video is to help you effectively self-reflect in today's oh so busy world. But before we can get to the how you can, we first need to explore the why it's so hard. And for that, well, we need to go all the way back. It's Africa, some 300,000 years ago. And all of a sudden, a weird ape-like thing started to be less like an ape and more like not an ape. I'm not a scientist, so I don't know the full ins and outs, but essentially, like magic, the human species was born. I know there's more to it than that, but for the sake of this video, it doesn't really matter, I promise. Okay, so we have humans, and then, well, not a lot happened for like really a long time. A long time. We just kind of slowly evolved and existed for a really long time. And that's what I want you to imagine right now. What this simple way of life was like even as recently as 10,000 years ago. The world was a quieter place back then. We were a social species, but we kept in small groups. Most of our day was spent gathering food. Survival was our focus, not thriving into the future. We did not have that luxury. There was too much uncertainty between today and tomorrow, so what happened beyond then didn't really matter. Now, I don't know what it was like to be a human all the way back then, but I imagine the sound of silence was less loud. It wouldn't have been truly silent because as humans we're haunted by thought, yet there was less distraction and less reason for our minds to spiral to all the things we could and arguably should do with our lives. As such, way back then, well, I imagine our relationship with silence was more healthy and productive. A time to recharge, to be at one with ourselves, to be present in the moment because there was literally less reason to try and imagine what the future may be like. Doing so was folly. That's no longer the case. The world around us has evolved at a frightening pace, especially in the last few decades. But us, well, we simple humans are the same bags of meat we were back then. And that's the overarching issue here because society can and does evolve faster than we do, to the point where today we have no idea what the hell is going on. Now, you don't have to imagine what life was like all the way back then. You can, if you choose, practice it yourself in the coming days. Just head into nature, deep into some woods for a few hours, and leave your phone at home. No notebook, no book to read, no music, just you and all that. It gives you a peek into the sound of silence that what once was. But not really, because you and your brain are part of today. You don't have to worry about true survival. And you do have all those thoughts, dreams, questions, anxieties, and everything else that comes with modern day life. And even though you may like to, you cannot just switch off. So you can kind of tap into what it used to be like, but not really. And there lies the problem. Because it's just so difficult to be introspective these days, to switch off, to self-reflect, to just sit in silence and allow yourself to be. Yet as this noisy world gets noisier, and it will continue to get noisier, it becomes more and more important to self-reflect and introspect. Because doing so helps you better appreciate what's going on inside you, as well as what's going on around you. It helps you understand how you feel, what you worry about, what questions are on your mind, what ideas you should pursue, whether you're doing what you need to. You cannot tap into all of that when life screams at you from all directions, including from within, with all those insecurities and self-doubts and the like. But there is hope, and it's within your reach right now. This hope comes in two parts. The first is an appreciation that you are not alone. If you feel lost, burned out, tired, overwhelmed, fed up, confused, etc., you are not alone. Here's the reality. This world we're a part of, we're not meant to get it. It's evolved too fast for us. We're just slowly evolving bags of meat, remember? How can we possibly keep up with all the advancement of everything? We can't. And when you appreciate this, and then, more importantly, learn to accept it, something important happens. You're left with no answer but to say, fuck it. I mean, what's the point, right? If you cannot keep up, if it's impossible, then why try? Freedom. That's what follows. Because everything you have tried hasn't worked, indeed cannot work. So the logical next step is to let go of it all and just fuck it. That's the first part. The second part is this. Those 5 questions I hinted at earlier, it's time for them. On the surface, they seem simple enough. Maybe the sort of questions you've previously asked. But without the appreciation and acceptance of part 1 and fucking it all off, these questions are kind of pointless. Because you cannot truly introspect or self-reflect if you're so overwhelmed and entwined by the idea of trying to keep up and to tick all those boxes. Any silence you do get will be far too noisy. Any inner voice or revelation will be drowned out at best, executed at worst. So as powerful as these 5 questions can be, they're only powerful if you first let go of everything you're trying to control, which is easier said than done, I know, but we'll get to that in a second. First, the questions. And give yourself both the time and space to ask and reflect on these. You won't just come up with the answer you need for any of them. In some ways, each question will become a lifelong search and adventure. The point is asking them and exploring them. It empowers you to generate a degree of self-awareness that's nigh on impossible when you're caught up in the hustle. And by tapping into this sort of self-awareness, you lay the foundations to regain control over the aspects of life you do get to control. So let's dive in. Question 1 is, what do you want? To begin with, you'll come up with a lot of canned and surface level responses. Keep going. The idea here is to dive deep enough that you tap into what you truly desire. Not how you want life to be, but how you wish to commit to life, your purpose, your very being. The second question is, what do you avoid? Again, you need to explore a little so you venture beneath the surface. The focus here is to hone in on what you resist and are putting off. It isn't the thing you're putting off that matters per se, but rather what that thing represents. We resist for a reason, and that reason often says a lot about what you truly desire, who you wish to be, and what you actually feel. Question 3 is, what do you fear? Becoming aware of what you resist opens you up to what you fear. Fear is natural. It is okay. It does not make you weak, and on its own it means nothing at all. The point is to appreciate what you fear and then give it the attention it deserves so you can learn why you fear it. Doing so is sure to open many doors for you. The fourth question is, what are you grateful for? Fear often clouds us. We have a tendency to bias negativity and blow things out of proportion, to allow the worst case scenario to spiral to the front of our minds. Counter this by exploring what you are truly grateful for. But again, dig deep, because you'll initially come up with far too much surface level BS. Keep going until you find something that makes you feel something. The fifth and final question is, what makes you you? Think about your strengths, your gifts, but also about your weaknesses, your imperfections. Both the good and the bad make up you. There need be no judgment here, just an awareness and, in time, an appreciation of who you are right now. This is the person you're in life with, after all, so it's kind of important to know who that person is in a real and raw way. There you have it. 5 questions. What do you want? What do you avoid? What do you fear? What are you grateful for? And what makes you you? On their own, they don't mean all that much. All 5 together, they mean a great deal more. It is when you combine them with part 1 that the doors truly spring open. Before we bring this video to a close, it's important we highlight how lucky we are to be alive today. At no point in history have human beings had it easy. No animal does, because life isn't meant to be easy. Compared to what once was, life today is as good as it possibly can get. Yet even the good life comes with a cost. Noisy silence is one of ours. Those 5 questions can help you get clear on you, but they alone will not silence the silence. For that, you need to let go, which is not easy. Hell, it's not even completely possible, because the hustle is real and there ain't no stopping it. So how do you do it? Simple. Love yourself. You are you and will only ever be you. So you may as well love the person in the mirror. You are imperfect and set up to fail at keeping up. So you may as well love yourself anyway. You will fail regardless and fall short of certain goals, so you may as well love you and who you are. You won't be everything you need to be for everyone in your life. So just fucking love yourself, because that's the only way to let go. Because if you love you, then you'll grow to accept all of this. You'll still face obstacles. Your life will remain busy and imperfect. You will remain fragile and feel all the feelings, but you will disconnect from all that noise just enough so you can properly reconnect with all of this noise. And that's when the sound of silence hushes to a point where asking the right questions reveals the right answers. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, like it so others can find it. Subscribe to this channel for more. And subscribe to the No Hustle newsletters so we can send you other articles, videos, and exercises to ensure you escape this hustle and bustle world. And leave a comment sharing your biggest feeling, having watched this video until the end. I imagine you feel a lot right now, but maybe one feeling rises above the rest. Share that. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being you.